Okay, so let me get this out of the way. So yesterday what we did was we added another hard drive, right? Okay, so let me just move this down here.
We are starting to add the hard drive.
Yeah. So for me, I already added the hard drive. So go ahead and just turn it back on. So I added the number 6. So now our picture, this is what it looks like. Insert on the right. Okay, so what we did now is we have another hard drive here. So I'm going to paste it in here, and I'm going to readjust it so that we have the good visual here. So okay. So now what will happen is if I do lsblk, we have another hard drive here, SDF, and which is 32 GB. So what is this? I'm gonna say /dev/SDF. Okay, and it's 32 GB, and this is a physical drive. Okay, give me one moment here. Kids are making noise.
Motion detected at your back door.
I'm in the class and it's making a lot of noise coming down here. Please. Okay, I'm back. So now what we have is we have to, this is what the situation is right now. We added another hard drive, but it is not a part of ZMPT yet. Okay, so we have to do some commands to make it part of ZMPT. Okay, so let's see here. So you do VGS. Okay, so you still have only 2 GB left here, right? So what you do is lsblk.
थोड़ा साइज बड़ा करो ना सर.
Where's this one? This
Yeah, थोड़ा.
dark screen? Okay. Is it better?
Motion detected at your back door.
Yes.
Okay. So now what this is the new disk here, right?
Here.
So now what we need to do is we need to incorporate this disk with ZMPT1. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clear this. So we have to run pv create dev sdf. Okay, and it says physical volume SDF successfully created. Now what you have to do is VG extend I'm gonna do VGS here, so
By just saying PV create, it will assign to the ZMPT group volume, sir?
no. When you do PV create, that means it's getting ready to be assigned to the ZMPT1. So see here,
Okay.
it is not assigned yet. It's only 2 GB. We already did PV create here. Once we did PV create,
Oh, yes.
it's preparing it to be assigned here. So it's getting and sitting there. And I'm going to do VG
Okay.
extend. VG extend means volume group extend. And what do you want to
okay.
extend? We want to extend ZMPT1.
Yeah.
And what do you, okay, you want to extend ZMPT1 to what? I want to extend it to dev/sdf. Okay, and if I hit enter, it says extend successful VGS.
Yeah.
And now we have another whopping 34 GB. Okay. Alright, so it's very, very easy, guys, believe me. Just do it few times and you will get it. And I think most of the employers will hire you for knowing LVM. Within Linux, you need to know LVM inside out. There are other things coming in, but if you know LVM, and then don't freak out, I'm here all the way to help you. I'm going to put everybody on mute here because
तो ज़्यादा मुश्किल तो नहीं है सर.
जी
तो ज़्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है. Technically sound तो बस है.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I told you
तो मुश्किल
it's hard to get a Windows job compared to a Linux job. But people freak out and go into the Windows line and then they will never hit the 6-figure salary. Okay, that's what the problem is.
This is a bar question.
Yeah, go ahead,
This is
please.
a bar.
Yeah.
So when I try to extend ZMPT1, would I get a response back that it's too large, or that it couldn't create temporary archive name? Why is that?
Yeah, I have to take a look. You followed all these steps, right? You added the disk.
This 6?
I mean, yours could be different here. These things which are in highlight, this could be different. What do you have there? You know what? Let me look at your screen.
Okay. I created this 6 already. There was a time when I was trying to clear out all the files and directories that I made. I can give you the team viewer. There was a time when I was creating it and I was trying to free up some space that I thought I should try to delete some more stuff. But okay, here's my ID. It is 196789.
196.
Yep, right there.
So
Right there.
okay, this one, right?
The password is RS
RS
9,
9
the letter E, and then
E
2 6s.
266.
66.
RS 9.
Sorry, RS 9 E 66.
Okay, I'm in. You're not using Putty Buddy?
No, I see. It's on the Mac. There's no putty.
No. What do you mean nobody? You don't need. escape out of this. I'll show you what you need.
Okay.
Yeah, so go into a menu here, get out of the VirtualBox menu. Okay, hold on, let me do it. Okay, so if you click here, the VirtualBox menu is gone, right? And in here, or where do you search? Yeah, search for terminal.
Okay.
Yeah. Enter. Yeah, this is what party.
This?
Yeah, just launch this.
Ah.
Okay, now get the IP address.
I haven't seen this since day one.
I thought we
Okay.
did this
Now
here.
what's that?
See all these things, you ran through all these commands here. So
Yeah. Okay. Now am I running the assignment through Putty or through the VirtualBox?
you don't I mean, yeah, I don't even know how you are managing VirtualBox here. There is, you basically could, VirtualBox, it won't allow you to copy, paste, and all that. So get the
No,
IP address for the VirtualBox and then put it in there and remove that old IP.
Okay.
So go back to get IP here.
Whoops.
Yeah, 192. Which one are you using?
168. I'm using the third one.
240.
Yeah, it looks like I'm using that one. No, I'm using 8.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and type that in there.
Okay.
1.250, I think. You just have to change the last one. Yeah, then type yes. And the password. There you go, you're in now.
Thank you.
You could keep this minimized in the background here, everything else. So show me LSBLK.
Say it again. Store. Broke up.
Yeah, do LSBLK here. So you do have SDF 32 GB, okay? So
Okay.
go ahead and type pv create space /dev
Yeah.
SDF, yeah, and hit enter. Okay, now VG extend ZMPT.
I don't know.
Yeah, first
It
give
was
the volume group name.
MPT. That's good.
Yeah, then space. No. Ooh, then go bring that back up.
What VG?
Yeah, you could use the up and down arrow key to bring the previous command back, right? There you go.
Yes, thank you.
Then space
I always forgot.
/dev SDF. Enter.
See, I got the same answer. I was asking yesterday, and he was saying it's probably because I have so much stuff, but I don't believe that it's a storage issue.
No. This is not a storage issue. Couldn't create temporary archive name.
So then, if you have any ideas on how it could work, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is lsblk
Okay.
blkid and sdf is not showing up here, right? Good. Use mpt pv create slash dev slash gmp no sdf. Okay, vg extend
All right. ZMPT1.
zmpt1 dev slash sdf. Okay, couldn't create temporary archive name.
What could be the problem, Mr. Zafar?
Yeah, I'm checking. Shouldn't be.
Do we have to go and enter into the first tab here first?
No, we're not there yet. PV
Well, then
remove dev slash SDF.
it's creating the logical volume, sir, first.
Yeah. So you are caught up, right? You did SDB. So you're not using C at all. You're using D, E, and F. Okay, you're using only C, D. Okay, C, you skipped it. You're using D and E only, right, so far? And there was 32 GB and D.
I'm missing. Let's see. Remember last class we were building the different HR ZMPT1 files or directories, and um there was one one of those I wanted to change back to 12 instead of 8.
Yeah, so let's
So I'm not
shut it
sure how to
down.
go. No, okay.
So I'll minimize this here.
I'm really trying, Mr. Safar. I know I'm not the best when it comes to IT.
No, I mean, I'm here to help you. I mean,
I don't want to. I don't want to give up. Yeah.
so we have SDB and C, and this is D and E, and this is SDF.
Okay.
So when you're creating this, how are you using this? Let me remove this. Let me go ahead and remove this. I'm gonna go in here, add hard drive, create a new disk. Okay, so don't use this up down arrow. Just use this number here, 32, and
Disk 6.
yeah. So It might not take disk 6, so we have to give it disk 7 or something.
Okay.
Okay, that's the location.
Now, how come we had to delete this 6 and created this 7?
Because 6 is still there.
Oh.
If you go to the virtual machine location,
Mm-hmm.
like if you browse to this location here, user Cedric, are you able to go there? Copy. And how do I go to the location?
You go over to the buddy.
No, not putty. In here. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. No. Where is your hard drive? I mean, okay, desktop. Where would you see your C drive? Okay, let's go in here. And
We just type it in the location.
users. Yeah. Where are the users at? Is it in documents? I want to see where your hard drive is at.
about
How
to
do you
do
look
a-
at the hard drive?
I think it's in like storage. I believe it's in storage so far. Hell, storage. No.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me see something here.
Maybe we should just go back to the like I could try logging into CentOS.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just forget about that. Oh. Okay. I've never seen that.
Okay, so I'll minimize this and you go back in there using the. Okay, SDF. Let me skip PV create. Okay, let's do VG extend ZMPT dev/SDF. Okay, VGS. Couldn't create temporary archive name. Yeah. So let's see here. Let me.
Is he creating with the same ZMPT group only, or is using some other name here?
It's only one group there. There is no other thing.
But the name is same. Yeah, ZMPT one. Yes.
Yeah, I think I typed ZMPT1, right? Yeah. So let me clear this. df-h. Oh, did you create that? You look at the root file system here. This is full here. Did you create that file yesterday over here? The 8 GB file?
I believe I did, yeah.
And where is that file? Is that file into one of the Chicago folders?
What is it I did wrong, Mr. Zafar?
I'm trying to figure out that the root VG is full. And maybe let's go into the HR. Let's do LSBLK. df-h. Okay, mount -a.
That's a
Okay, look at this here. The root partition. Where is the root partition here? This one. This one is full. And you saved something in that root partition that is causing that. So which folder should I remove here? In here you have New York, right? Maybe you put something in the finance.
no. I would think it's an ETC, wouldn't it? It looks like
Which one?
ETC. No, ETC.
And what?
Yeah. That's all I remember. Oh shit. No. Okay. I have to go about emptying that file so that I can create the new file.
Yeah, I'm looking where you saved it. You know how you do it?
Right. Oh yeah.
Okay, so number 900. When you run number 900, let's go look at 9. before 900 what you did here. So you were in CDHR and then it's in there that you created a big file here. But that is not mounted in HR here. So CD/HR. There you go, ls-l. Now this, since HR is not mounted, HR folder is not mounted anywhere here. So it's in that HR file is saving to the C drive, to your root partition.
Okay.
Now, instead of 13 GB, it's being only used 10% here, okay?
Wow.
So let me use this here. So
now we can create PV create.
yeah, PV create dev/sdf and then VG extend ZMPT1 dev/sdf. There you go.
Sweet.
You are in business now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zafar.
All right, this is what you're going to be getting paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right,
you.
so
Thank
make
you so
sure
much.
you do this, what I'm telling you, and then if you get stuck, don't freak out. Just put it in Google, and then if that doesn't happen, then go to your teammates. You would have a teammates to work with.
Thank you. I've been talking to Austin, and he's been kind of like helping me out too. So thank you again.
Yeah. What about Austin? You said?
I mean, we live in the same state, so Austin has been helping me out when I have some trouble. And
Yeah.
I call him, and he's been doing that. We really should start the group study sessions, though. You've been saying that a lot.
Don't wait for, if 2 people are ready, then start it. Don't wait for more than 2 people, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, we was gonna do it later today.
Yeah, so put it in the chat and whoever want to join it, you'll join it.
Okay. How would you want us to do it though? Like FaceTime?
I would say if there
just
are only
do the
2
chat.
people, just do Google Meet. I mean, there are so many things they are giving out free these days.
Yeah.
Do Google Meet or, if there are only 2 people, just call on each other and then just share the screen using TeamViewer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think TeamViewer upgraded itself. They're giving the meeting and all that free too. So check into that. In fact, I won't be renewing my WebEx here. I've been paying more than $250 a year just to have this, and it's not been that good. So I'll just switch to Google Meet, which is free going forward. Yeah. Well, anyway, that was good troubleshooting, and then that's how you get to the bottom of it, okay? It gives you an error message, and you put it in Google, and you find out what the problem is. Okay, so let's move forward.
That was good.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to speak, unmute it and then go back into mute again, please.
That was a good detection, I said.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you do work through.
It means every volume has to be mounted. Every drive has to be mounted.
No, what he did was, when he created that, none of his drivers are mounted right now. So, Cedric, you don't have anything mounted yet. See, like here, I have it here. So you have to go into FS tab. If you do DFF and H, you know how these things are mounted here? So the file HR, if I go into HR here, you see the file in here, right? This file,
Yeah.
this big file is sitting in here, in this folder here. So since this was not mounted, then the folder HR is not connected to this drive here. It's connected to root. And when he created that 8 GB, it sucked up all the disk space here. And it was giving you problem.
Uh-huh. Got it, got it.
Okay, so very good. So let's move forward. So now what I'm gonna do is disk physical disk SDD has all of a sudden become corrupted. Okay. See, SDD has 3 partitions on it. 1, 2, 3. It's very important disk. And all of a sudden SDD is corrupt. Okay, what do I need to do here? So if the hard drive goes down, we are dead in water here, right? So that's where the beauty of this is where the beauty of LVM comes in. Before I move forward, let me check something if I need to do. So let's go ahead and reduce the physical volume. Okay, so all of a sudden our disk SDD is corrupted now. Disk dev slash SDD is corrupt. The big corporations, they're not going to try to fix in the old days, if the disk is corrupt, you could try to run the corrupt the little part of the partition get corrupted here. So what you could used to do is they used to still use it, and it is indeed usable here. But what are the big corporations doing? They just don't care. They just replace the disk here, even if the small partition is not there. It's giving a problem. I'm sorry, a small sector is giving a problem. Then they'll just replace it. So what we'll do is we need to reduce the physical volume. So how are we gonna do that? So what I do is so the disk is corrupted. So before you do that, before you remove the corrupted disk, you have to add first. You must add the disk.
The new disk.
Yeah, add the new disk. Add the new disk before you can actually remove the disk.
Basically, you have to transfer the files from that disk and then remove it, right? Is that the way?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see if that how we're gonna do it. Okay. So let me do LSBLK. And which drive we are targeting? We're targeting this drive to be corrupted.
D.
This is a corrupted disk here. Now we are in hot waters. We need to replace this disk as soon as possible. So what you're going to do is, let's do the pv move command. Into the new window, let me open a duplicate window here. I'm going to log in root. I'm logged into the same server, nowhere else, okay? I'm just logging in a second time. So what you have to do is you do pv move command /dev/sdd to dev sdf, okay? So what it's gonna do is it's gonna copy the LVM structure here and move it to the SDF. Yeah, go ahead.
Is the SDF is the new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's doing its thing.
Moving the contents of DD to SDF. Okay. So one question here.
Yeah.
We are saying that this DD got corrupted and we are moving the data to F, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Suppose we could not able to read from DD some part of the data, like 1, 2 sector, 3 sector, or 4 sector got corrupted. If we cannot able to read the data which was there in that bad sector, what should we do then?
That is where the monitoring is there. So there is like a different department, monitoring department. It's called the site. There is a site reliability engineering group there. Okay.
Okay.
What they do is, that's their job, is day and night, 24 hours. They have all this sophisticated monitoring software that monitors all the physical hardware. Okay.
Okay.
And they run the scans every so often. And then also there is a backup team. So the worst case scenario is everything crashes, then there is a backup team too. So you have like a frequent backups going on, and you bring it down here.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So the biggest scenario is in a smaller situation, even in a smaller situation, the hard drives I've seen in last 10 years or 15 years, I never seen a hard drive physically go bad.
Okay.
If somebody is throwing out the laptop or a computer, tell them give it to me. Take the hard drive out, and the rest of the stuff is usually junk. If somebody is throwing out the computer, because
Right.
hard drive is still usable here. Like recently, there is one doctor. He gave me the old laptop. He says, if I don't need this, but wipe the hard drive. So I took the hard drive and wipe it. The hard drive is still working good, and the laptop is in shambles here. The screws and hinges are broken and everything. So most of the time, the hard drive is encased, and then the hard drive technology has gone up so good. There is a real good chance that the hard drive is not going to fail. But that doesn't mean it will never fail. Even if it
Yeah.
fails, then there is a monitoring, then there is a backup. All these things are managed, right? And there is a disaster recovery team and all those. So all these things there. So
Okay.
yeah, we're not worried about this as Linux admins. If that doesn't work, usually what happens is by the time you get the ticket, somebody already checked this. Okay, this physical hard drive is going down, so we need to alert the application team, and they will tell application team you have to have a downtime for this server, and then when they approve it, they will come to you. And then when you see all the approvals in the ticket, then you go ahead and proceed uh, with your work.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But even in
Basically,
the
basically the concern about the data, we are not going to bother about that.
no,
Okay.
I'll tell you a story here. When all these big corporations they do disaster recovery and all this, they purposely do the disaster recovery, and what they did was they took off the entire data center on the East Coast. Uh, they have how big is the data center? They have about 2 or 3 football field big. Let me show you.
My goodness.
So now we saw this here, right? So we should see exactly thing mapped to the. So let's do LSBLK, and you see SDD is orphan now. All
Yes,
the
move.
yeah, it got moved from here to here, and at the same time, customer didn't feel anything. While this is happening, customer is still able to. If you go into CD HR, still mounted, and if you do LS, that big file is still there. Okay, and if I do DFF and H, nobody felt anything. Everything else is mapped. All this, you don't have to change anything in anywhere actually. Okay, so now if you look at this here, this is what it's mapped here.
So move करे so data भी वो भी कमेंट लिखना है सर.
It's all got moved, right? Nobody felt anything.
यहाँ आपने डॉक्यूमेंट में लिखना है बोल रहा हूँ.
हाँ, लिख रहा हूँ मैं, लिख रहा हूँ. So see, SDD, there is no more structure for SDD anywhere. SDD is just sitting there and getting wasted here. So structure is not moved to SDF. And you could see here same exact thing is mapped here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so it did took some time for it to move here. If it's a terabytes of data, it might take a little bit longer. Okay, great. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look here. What do we have as a final product? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to remove it. If you do VGS, you still see you still see 4 disks in there, and then you still see the total of 96 GB here. So now we need to get rid of this. Okay, so how are we going to get rid of this? Simple command. What is the simple command? When we do VG extend, we do extend, right? So now the command is VG reduce. VG reduce. Okay, what do you want to reduce? I want to reduce ZMPT1. And what exactly you want to reduce? dev/sdt. Okay, and you hit enter. That's it.
It's clearly mentioned.
Okay, now you do VGS. It's only 3 drive and 9 GB is left. Or what you could do is you could do PVS also, physical volume, and you see all the physical volumes in here, and you could also see that SDD is there and it's not part of it is not part of the LVM. Okay, now so what do we have as a final product here? So the final product is okay, so we yanked okay. Okay, so this structure here, nothing happened to that structure, it's still there. But what happened here? We are back, we removed the faulty disk here. Okay, and all this is free space now. So how much is the free space here? Is VGS. So free space is 10 GB.
9, 10 GB.
Yeah, 10 GB actually. Okay, I'm telling you, you know this inside out. Don't go look for anything else is on the internet here, okay? Because you might get confused here. I'm giving you everything you need to practice. Practice. Then you will get everything you needed for the volume group here. And in interview, there won't be anything other than what I'm showing you. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy everything here. Before that, you could also create a swap partition here, right? So let's create a swap partition here. Let's see here. I do df-h. Now clear. What is the command for looking at the memory? Okay, right now the memory is low at 2 GB. Okay, why is it 2 GB? Because we are also using the swap partition here. Swap partition is in, we are using a swap partition is out of one of these other disks here, right? If you do lsblk and where is the swap partition? SDB3 is being used as swap partition here. That is a physical F disk. Now I'm going to show you how to make a swap partition using the using the LVM here. Okay, so let's go ahead. So now we get a request to create a swap partition. So how am I going to create the swap partition? It's pretty easy. Okay, so you do LVS and VGS volume group. So we are more worried about VGS here, right? So we have 10 GB free. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the command lv create. We used the lv create command before, right?
Hit the volume.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is lv create -n. Okay, and then you type swap this time. Okay, it's gonna be the same thing here. So LV create logical volume name. Instead of accounting, I'm going to give swap. Okay, extended. Okay, I'm going to say eSwap. Yeah, I'm going to say eSwap. That means extended swap, and -L logical name, and how much I want to give. I want to add another 4 GB. Okay, and then where do you want to create it out of? I'm going to create it out of ZMPT1. Okay, so this doesn't mean anything. This is just the name here. Don't get confused. You have to give the name swap. It's as if you're creating a logical volume. Okay, so if you do LSBLK, you see the swap partition is there and it's 4 GB. If you do BLKID, where is the swap name? Is so it's not going to show here because we have to make the swap partition. Okay, so how do you make the swap partition? Same command, mkswap, and where do you want, which one you want to make a swap partition. So you do you're making this as a swap partition here, but you have to give the full name. ZMPT, you have to give the full name here. mkswap, you give the full name, and it will make the swap partition for you. Let's go ahead and go up and take a look. Okay, and then I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so it says setting up swap space version blah blah blah. So the swap partition is created here. If you do LSBLK here, you're not going to see the, before I forget, let me copy this. But you see the swap type in BLKID. BLKID. Okay, now you should see the swap information. And here I was looking for the type swap, type XFS and all that. So literally, if you want to make a swap partition, what you have to do is you have to create the partition LVM and eSwap here. If you compare same thing with fdisk here, you have to go through all these steps here. You have to go to fdisk, you have to go all these steps here, and then you could set the swap ID, and then you come out of that, you do this, then you make MK swap. Okay, now so now if we want to activate the swap here, you do free -h. It's still 2 GB, 3 GB, because 2 GB we added the hardware swap here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the swap on. Swap on, and what are you gonna turn it on? Where you get the information with swap? This one. Now you see the difference here. Another 4 GB is added here. Any questions? Somebody, what the? Hold on. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy what we have built here. Okay, so sounds, but you still need to know how you could get rid of this here. So PV logical, we did the PV move and all that, right? Yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is delete the logical volume. So what happens is sometimes you will get a request to decom. Some hardware is going to go away, so decommission will be there. So what will happen is they do uh, they do. The backup is done and everything, so you need to decommission this. So how are you going to do that? We'll take a look. So you do VGS and see what volume groups you have. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to type VG remove and then ZMPT 1 hyphen yes. Okay, so it says logical volume 1 accounting contains a file system in use. So what you have to do is you have to unmount it first. So what's going to happen is if you want to unmount everything except the root file system, what you do is you mount -a. The target is busy. Oh. So let's see here. What you have to do is you have to unmount all this here. So let me clear this. DFF and H. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it took it. It gave us the message, but it took it, right? Now what you're gonna have to do is the command is umount -a. Where is this reading the information from? It's reading the information from FS tab. You go to vi/etc/FS tab. All this information it unmounted from here. If you do mount -a, it will go through the FS tab and mount everything for you. And if you do DFF and H, you see all these things are mounted again. Free-H. Okay. So you do umount -a. All gone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do remove VG, remove ZMPT 1-Y. Okay, so it didn't remove, it removed everything except swap. So what you're going to do is swap off so anything which is in use, it did not remove it for you. So what you're going to do is what you have to do is you have to do swap off. And you do dev mapper ZMPT AXT swap. Okay, and you do df free-h. So the swap is off. And ZMPT1 is still there, right? Yeah, ZMPT1 is still there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna run VG remove again. Okay, volume group is gone now. You guys are in big trouble. So if you do VGS, there is no more. There is no more this thing here. So you started with VGS and there is no more. Okay, and you do LSBLK. You see all this stuff is getting there ready to be reused again. Okay, so our disks, these are our disks here. SDC, SDD, right? SDD was already removed, so I wouldn't consider that. Okay, now if you do PVS, so PVS is still part of LVM2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do PV remove, and then I'm gonna do for dev slash SD C dev slash SDD and slash dev slash SDE, then dev slash SDF. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of 4 disks here because I'm using still SDD because I didn't remove it actually from the LVM format. So okay, so if I want to get rid of the LVM, I type this here. SDD. I have to get rid of this SDD. So now it's been wiped. Now if you do PVS, okay, so PVS is not going to show you anything related to LVM anymore. Okay, and if you do LSBLK, and if you do BLK ID, you don't see in BLK ID you don't see the drives in there being used, but over here you have all these drives sitting there and getting wasted here. ls blkid. Okay, looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the system. Okay, it's taking a little longer here. Let's see why. Okay. Uh-oh. So now what happened was system booted into emergency mode. Okay. Why it booted into emergency mode? It gives the root password here. Anybody can guess why is it going into emergency mode?
Because all those disks removed,
Okay. All those disks
all
are
the,
removed.
all the data and files. So,
Yeah, the system knows that. The system says it's all successful, so why is it booting now? So let me put this here. So there are several reasons why the system goes into emergency mode here. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is
Maybe type the journal CTL space XB.
okay, let's do that. Okay, So it's saying to give the password. So go ahead and give the password. Okay, so we are into root now. So we are into emergency mode here. So what is happening here is, let's type general CTL. -XB. Okay, so faking a node here, SE Linux.
Mrs. Zafar,
Yeah,
what does a journal mean? The journal command.
yeah, I'm going to explain that in reviewing the logs here. This is just the logs.
Okay, got it.
It has some system logs in here. Okay, so host. So I'm gonna quit here. Let's do cat var log messages. Can you go on mute? It's so in here, let's look at this one here. Okay, let me just paste this. It's looking for the partitions here, right? Job, dev, mapper, recruiting, device, start timed out, and device timed out waiting for device. So device is not available. Which is not available? Recruiting, finance, and all these are not available here. Why is it not available? Okay, so okay, you see here, okay, this is causing the problem here. Why is it doing that even though we removed it, right? System knows we removed it. But why is it doing that? Anybody can tell?
A root file?
You are on a right path. You are thinking about it. What other file you think it is? There is a specific file we'll deal with all the time, right? What is the file we deal with when we want it persistent with reboot? That's a dead giveaway, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
which file we edit to make it persistent with the reboot. Yeah, you got.
ZMT1.
Yeah, but we tell the system to load the following files. In which file? We tell the system to load these devices in which file?
A boot file?
No, we never messed around with boot file, did we?
We did a little bit.
With boot file?
It was where the mount was. I saw it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not. So if you want a mount, automatic mount, which file we mess around with?
The dev SDF.
No. If you are mounting, and if you do U mount A and mount A, which file it reads? Mount -A, when we do that, it reads a certain file, right? Which file it reads?
The mount files.
When you're typing mount -A, it reads from which file? Okay, you type the password in here. So which file it reads? It reads a etc fstab file. Remember this file?
Yes.
So what is system doing is system is reading all these files here. Now this file is not there. That means it is going
It
into,
reads all of it though.
yeah. So it is, if one of them is not there, that means it's locking up. So what do I have to do? I have to I have to change I have to disable this. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go pound. Okay, everything else is not LVM here. So now, if I do X and save it, comment out the deleted LVM. So I'm going to reboot now and then we're going to end soon. So you should boot back into Windows. I mean in the operating system.
So far, you're breaking up.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, what I did was I commented out. Commenting out, that means it will not read it. We'll learn about commenting out a little later. It will not read the file. Okay, I'm gonna restart. Okay, and then I do dff and h. It's there, and if I do vi/etc/fs tab, so we remove this from there. We remove this from there. Now we're gonna learn a little bit more next week about this. I'm gonna end it here. Go ahead and what I was gonna say is yeah, use the chat and group messages and help each other out. That's the only way you guys are gonna be successful in this. Okay, and I'm there all the time, so ask me. First put it in the group, then from there we'll, if somebody or